Hey everyone, welcome to the Burnt Brad's Homestead channel. In this video, I show you how to create a SCOBY from store-bought kombucha to start making your own kombucha. This method comes in handy when you do not have anyone who has an extra SCOBY to give you, or if you do not want to buy a SCOBY online. SCOBY is an acronym, symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, which is used to turn sweet tea into kombucha. So the first step is to purchase a bottle of unflavored kombucha from the store. Then make sweet tea by bringing 3 quarts of water to a boil, then adding 6 to 8 tea bags, using black tea only. Once the SCOBY has matured or gotten stronger, then you can switch to a black green tea mixture or all green tea if you prefer, but start with black tea only. Allow the tea to steep for several minutes or longer if you want a stronger flavor. Then add 1 cup of sugar to the hot tea and stir fully to dissolve. Allow the sweet tea to cool a bit. At the same time, allow the bottle of kombucha you purchased from the store to come down to room temperature. Once the sweet tea has cooled, pour in a large glass jar, then add the store-bought kombucha and cover with a breathable cloth for 7 to 14 days. During the first fermentation phase, the SCOBY will begin developing and feeding off the sugar, turning the sweet tea into kombucha with the help of the store-bought starter. The ideal temperature for fermented kombucha ranges between 60 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit, 16 to 29 degrees Celsius, though for the most delicious kombucha, aim for a temperature range between 74 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 23 to 26.6 degrees Celsius. This is according to the kombucha experts. Around day 7, taste the kombucha to see if it meets your desired taste. If not, cover it and allow it to ferment some more. Otherwise, you can refrigerate the kombucha to drastically stop the fermentation process, as the kombucha is ready to drink at this point. Or you can move on to the second fermentation, which is the process of forcing carbonation in the bottle to produce bubbly kombucha, in which the kombucha will continue to develop. Also during this time, you can add flavoring. To flavor kombucha, add the desired flavor, whether it is from juicing fruit from your garden or purchasing fruit juice. But this is where you really can get creative with the taste. My personal favorites were watermelon mint and peach mint, using the fruit grown right here on the homestead. Here I am reusing pint-sized bottles I purchased kombucha in. To them I add 1/4 cup of black cherry or pineapple juice, then fill the bottle with kombucha, leaving about 1-inch headspace. Then I place the cap on the bottles. It is at this point I can either drink the kombucha or place it in the refrigerator. Otherwise, I could leave the bottles on the counter for 3 to 5 days to allow carbonation to build. Carbonation naturally occurs when the SCOBY is converting the sweet tea to kombucha. However, it escapes through the cotton cloth. Now we are trapping much of the carbonation. The longer it sits, the higher the levels. If you're going for the high carbonation levels, it is better to use swing top bottles. Also note, it is during this time that kombucha is the most dangerous. Don't forget about the kombucha or let it sit out too long, for it can explode. Each time you make a batch of kombucha, a new layer will form on your SCOBY. Since this is a new or young SCOBY, I personally would like for it to thicken or mature a bit. To store 1 or more unused SCOBYs, you want to ensure it is submerged in some of the unflavored kombucha. Every 30 to 60 days, depending on the temperature where the SCOBY is stored, you should replace about 75% of the old liquid with fresh sweet tea to allow the SCOBY to continue feeding. The more you make kombucha, the quicker you would develop a SCOBY hotel. You can share, sell, eat, or compost the extra SCOBYs. You can even cut them up and feed them to your chickens. That's pretty much it. Get creative with your flavors. You can make elderberry, kiwi, lemon, blueberry, ginger, or blackberry, just to name a few. Even mix 2 or 3 of your favorite flavors. Maybe one day I would try making a banana kombucha since I really enjoy bananas. That's the beauty of making homemade kombucha. I hope that you have found this video informative and useful. Please like, share, and subscribe to help this small channel to grow.